Well, this review has come a lot later than I expected. Why? Because some idiot decided to release this on the same day as Zelda Skyward Sword. That's why. The first of the double header of AAA Mario titles released at the end of the year for the 3DS, this being the first Super Mario 3D Land. Despite its rather stupid name, it's what all 3DS owners have been waiting for. As ever, a new Mario platform on a Nintendo system is inevitable, and they're always a highlight, breaking tremendous ground other games haven't done on that system. The Red Plumber will always lead where others follow. One thing that rarely changes with the series is its story. It's the typical Bowser kidnaps Peach when Mario's back is turned and you have to trek through 8 worlds to get her back. There's a slight twist in that the Tanuki leaves get blown off in a storm and Bowser uses them on his many minions so they get the ability to use the tail. And trust me when I say that everything has a Tanuki tail, from your standard Goombas to even bullet bills. Can bullets even have tails? Well, there's a new perk for Call of Duty. Bullets with tails. One thing that I really liked about the story was that you obtain still Super Mario World style images in between each world. They look great in 3D and can be manipulated using the gyro controls, which is a nice touch. Now for the main and most important part in any Mario platformer, the gameplay. As you may have gathered from the intro, I'd say Super Mario 3D Land is the perfect blend of the 2D series mechanics of New Super Mario Bros. And the 3D series environments of the Galaxy games. In the past, these two styles of Mario platformers were very different in their structure. It was either one or the other. In that sense, Mario 3D Land is like a celebration of the two. It varies a lot in its environments. One minute you're playing a slightly open-ended level like Mario 64, next you're playing an almost 2D level with the camera side on, a la the original Super Mario Bros., and even top-down levels with one bearing more than a slight resemblance to Zelda. Something that 3D Land borrows from Galaxy 2 is the way it lays out its worlds. They're not limited to one element for one entire world, so you don't get a bunch of sand levels, then a bunch of ice levels and so on. It gives the gameplay much more variety this way, and you feel the developers have much more fun because of this. There's no more power stars to collect, instead it's the flagpoles that make a return, along with the 3 hidden star coins in each level from the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Mechanically, 3D Land is closer to the 2D games. The life system from the Galaxy games is gone, instead it's the 2D affair of the mushroom makes Mario grow and gain an extra hit, then the fire flower gains another hit as well as the ability to chuck fireballs. Which I think was a wise design choice, as it gives it a pure Mario experience. Other power-ups include the much talked about return of the Tanuki suit from Super Mario Bros. 3. You can no longer fly with it, but you can still ascend slowly and tail spin, which works much in the same way as the Mario Galaxy's spin attack. Then there's the new Boomerang Bros suit, which is brilliant, but unfortunately underused somewhat. Also, not really a power-up per se, but there's a new propeller block that Mario hops into, which basically has the same function as the propeller suit from new Super Mario Bros. Wii. Really the main difference, apart from aesthetics, is the fact that you can't take the block with you once you finish a level. Overall, I felt the new power-ups were slightly uninspired. Something that really feels like a combination of the 2D and 3D styles is how it controls. Typically you use the analog slider to move Mario, which is great. A or B are used to jump, but X and Y are used to dash, just like in the 2D games. For anyone used to this series, this won't take long to get to grips with at all, but it does feel kinda weird when you've got an analog slider to move. Isn't the whole point of analog, to push gently to walk and all the way to run? But despite that one minor gripe, the game controls like all first-party Nintendo games, nothing short of brilliant. Other moves like long jump and backflip make a return, but strangely the triple jump is absent. Although Mario can now roll, but I feel like I barely used it. In case you can't already tell, the game looks fantastic. The colours are bright and vibrant, it has so much character, like all Mario games. But once you turn the 3D on, it looks even better. 3D in games like Ocarina of Time 3D looked nice, but aside from adding a sense of depth, it didn't really add much to the game itself, it was just a cool effect. Mario 3D Land, however, is the first 3DS game I can safely say feels like it was made with 3D in mind. Not just another Mario platformer and then 3D added in after as a novelty. Not only does it make stomping enemies easier by judging the depth, it makes levels stretch out far into the distance, making those perfect jumps all the more satisfying. Especially in the vertical levels that you see either ascending or descending to the goal. There are also special areas that look confusing in 2D to see the right perspective, but are a breeze with the 3D on, to see what blocks from the foreground or the background. It's something you really should see for yourself. It's definitely the best use of the 3D I've seen in video games today, heck, even in films. It's also the first 3DS game that I've played all the way through from start to finish with the 3D on. It looks lovely and it actually adds something to the game, a true showcase for the system and 3D in general. The music, as ever, is catchy and a joy to listen to, consisting of remixes of the original Mario Bros. 1 and 3, and even more recent ones like New Super Mario Bros. And the Galaxy games. Obviously there are some new tunes too, but being amongst all the old classics they were hard to remember as well, but great nonetheless. But let's talk about finishing the game. Yes, this may seem strange in a review, but one, it's a Mario game. I thought it would be fairly obvious that you rescue Peach in the end. If not, then you're quite clearly a moron. And two, you'll complete the 8 worlds in under 4 hours, which seems extremely short even for a Mario game. Whereas in his other games, once you complete the 8 worlds, you usually unlock a special 9th world. The difference with 3D Land is once you beat Bowser in World 8, which, by the way, is nothing short of epic, you unlock not 1, not 2, not 10, but 8 special worlds, effectively doubling the length of the game. The only catch is that they are rejigged harder versions of the previous 8 worlds. Think of it like Ocarina of Time's Master Quest, and you're on the right track. These levels become very tricky to beat, especially given the fact that some require you to have a certain number of star coins to proceed. Which is fine at early stages of the game, as they're easy to find and grab, but some later on are brutal. New game mechanics are introduced in the special stages like Galaxy's time limit that has to be increased with collectible time extensions, and the ever delightful Cosmic Mario. Which is a nice flip world to how easy the first 8 worlds actually are. Without really trying, I went through the first 8 worlds getting about 101 ups. By the time I got to the special stages, that dropped to about 50. So, in summary, this is the first must-have 3DS title that isn't a remake or a port. Even though you may feel like you've played some of it before, it not being quite as imaginative as the Galaxy games, and the bosses lacking slight variety, this is the best looking game and best example of what 3DS can do, and what it's all about. Mario's done it yet again, but before I go racing with him, this gets a solid 9 out of 10.